Men, step into the Stoic crucible with the timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, Zeno, Musonius Rufus, Cleanthes, and Chrysippus forges your masculine spirit into a force of unbreakable strength. In relationships, true power isn't built on fleeting charm or hollow bravado. It's crafted through virtue, discipline, and deliberate action. Stoicism offers a battle-tested framework to cultivate a presence that draws women who value your integrity and resolve, blending inner fortitude with practical skills like dressing with purpose, approaching with clarity, and connecting with substance. Today, we're unveiling 7 Stoic principles to shape a commanding presence that radiates authority and builds meaningful connections. These aren't quick fixes. They're called to live with honor, impact, and unshakable resolve. Stay sharp. Reflect on your strength, and let's forge a masculine mastery that earns respect and fosters trust. This is Part 1, covering the first 4 principles. Part 2 will complete the blueprint. First, anchor your strength in virtue. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Your power begins with a core rooted in wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, not in chasing external validation or societal approval. A man anchored in virtue projects a presence unshaken by rejection, doubt, or fleeting trends. Your style reflects this foundation. Dress with intention, fitted dark jeans, a crisp white or navy shirt, and polished leather shoes. Women are drawn to men who signal discipline and purpose through their appearance. They dislike sloppy looks like baggy tees, unkempt hair, or overdone flash like loud logos, excessive accessories, or garish patterns. Practically, affirm your virtue daily. Stand before a mirror, look yourself in the eye, and say, "My strength is my integrity." Before any interaction, ensure your style is sharp. Clean lines, minimal accessories, no wrinkles, and carry that inner resolve into every moment. If a woman dismisses your approach, don't waver. Remind yourself, her reaction doesn't define my worth. My virtue does. This principle builds a foundation of strength that attracts women to your authentic power, not superficial charm. Apply it today. Choose one outfit that reflects discipline, like a tailored blazer and dark chinos, and wear it with confidence. Reflect. Is your strength anchored in virtue or swayed by others' opinions? Second, act with disciplined clarity. Epictetus taught, "First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do." Strength in relationships flows from clear, intentional action, not hesitation, neediness, or overthinking. Women respect men who approach with confidence, strong posture, steady eye contact, and a contextual opener tailored to the moment, like, "I notice your focus, what brought you here?" at a social event, or, "Your style caught my eye, what's the story behind it?" at a coffee shop. Avoid what women dislike. Aggressive pickup lines like, "Are you an angel?" Lingering awkwardly, she's uninterested, or poor grooming like unkempt beards, bad breath, or overpowering cologne. Discipline means focusing on your execution, your tone, your presence, your authenticity, not her response. If she engages, build on it with a follow-up question. If she's disengaged, exit gracefully. Enjoy your day. Practically, commit to approaching one woman this week, focusing solely on your delivery. Stand tall, shoulders back, speak clearly, and keep it authentic. Don't rehearse lines. Instead, practice being present. For example, at a bookstore, say, "That book looks intriguing. What drew you to it?" This principle projects a masculine clarity that earns respect, even in rejection. Reflect. Are you acting with clarity or letting fear cloud your actions? Men, if these Stoic principles are igniting your drive to forge an unbreakable presence, consider subscribing to the channel. Every week, we deliver actionable wisdom to help you craft a masculine strength rooted in virtue, designed to transform your relationships and elevate your life. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button to join a community of men committed to living with purpose, discipline, and impact. Let's keep forging. Third, forge resilience through adversity. Seneca wrote, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Strength grows when you face challenges, rejection, tension, awkward silences, or heated moments. With resilience, not avoidance or self-pity. Women are drawn to men who transform setbacks into growth, not those who sulk, deflect, or boast to mask insecurity. If a conversation falters, don't panic or fill the silence with nervous chatter. Reflect. Was I present? Did I listen? Then refine. Try a better question like, what's a passion you're pursuing? Or what's something you're proud of? Avoid common pitfalls like oversharing personal struggles too early, dominating conversations to seem impressive, or reacting defensively to disagreement. If conflict arises, like a different opinion, use Seneca's justice. I hear your perspective. Let's find clarity. Practically, after any setback this week, journal one lesson and one action. For example, I spoke too fast. I'll slow down and pause next time. To deepen this, visualize a challenge, like her questioning your views or rejecting your approach, and plan your response. I'll stay calm, acknowledge her view, and respond thoughtfully. For instance, if she says, I don't agree with that reply, fair point. Tell me more about your perspective. This principle turns adversity into strength, making you magnetic to women who value resilience over fragility. Reflect. Are you forging resilience through challenges or avoiding them? Fourth, connect with purposeful depth. Musonius Rufus taught, what need is there for long speeches when a few words suffice? Strength in relationships is built through engaging with substance, not surface-level performance or empty flattery. Women respect men who listen actively and connect with meaning, not those who rely on generic compliments like you're gorgeous or you seem nice. Ask open-ended, value-driven questions. What's a dream you're working toward? Or what's a challenge you've overcome? Then show you're listening. Paraphrase a response. So you're driven to make a difference in your community. That's inspiring. If tension arises, like a differing view, use fairness. I respect your angle. Let's dive deeper into that. Avoid rushing to impress with your own stories or cutting her off to pivot the topic. Practically, prepare 2 thoughtful questions for your next interaction. Try what's a moment that shaped who you are, or what keeps you grounded when life gets tough. Practice active listening by summarizing her response once, like, so that experience taught you resilience. How did it change your outlook? This shows you value her thoughts, not just her approval. This principle builds trust, making you magnetic to women who seek depth over superficiality. Reflect. Are your connections purposeful or stuck on the surface? Let's lock in these 4 principles to keep you grounded. Anchor in virtue. Marcus's clarity builds unbreakable strength. Act with clarity. Epictetus's discipline drives confident action. Forge resilience. Seneca's adversity sharpens your core. Connect with depth. Musonius's virtue fosters trust. These form the Stoic foundation for a commanding presence. Setting the stage for the final 3 principles in Part 2. Apply these in real-world scenarios. If she ignores your approach, don't doubt yourself. With the foundation of your Stoic mastery forged, anchored in virtue, acting with clarity, building resilience, and connecting with depth, let's refine the final 3 principles to craft an unbreakable masculine strength. These principles will guide you to lead with purpose, align with those who share your values, and sustain your strength through unwavering consistency. This is about building connections with women who respect your integrity, not chasing fleeting validation. Stay focused, reflect on your leadership, and let's complete the Stoic blueprint for a commanding presence that resonates with honor and impact. Fifth, lead with intentional purpose. Zeno taught that living virtuously aligns us with reason, the guiding force of a meaningful life. In relationships, your strength shines when you lead with purpose, whether choosing a date spot, planning a meaningful conversation, or setting the tone for a connection. Women are drawn to men who guide with intention, not those who waver, seek approval, or drift aimlessly. Dress to reflect this purpose. A fitted navy blazer, crisp white shirt, and dark chinos, sharp, understated, and deliberate. Avoid chaotic styles like ripped clothes, gaudy accessories, or mismatched outfits that signal indecision. If she questions your choice, don't defend or over-explain. Lead confidently. I chose this place for its vibe. Let's make it ours. Practically, plan 1 deliberate action this week. Organize a thoughtful date, like a walk through a scenic park followed by coffee, or ask a purpose-driven question like, what's a vision you're building toward? If she's disengaged or dismissive, use Zeno's temperance. I'm here for meaningful connection. Let's be real or move forward. This principle projects a masculine purpose that commands respect and sets a clear direction. For example, if planning a date, say, I picked this spot because it's quiet and we can talk. What do you think? This shows intent while inviting her input. Reflect. Are you leading with purpose or drifting without direction? 6. Align with partners who share your values. Cleanthes taught that living in harmony with virtue aligns us with the rational order of the universe, creating connections that endure. Your strength is amplified when you connect with women who resonate with your principles, those who value integrity, purpose, and growth, not those who thrive on drama, superficiality, or discord. Test alignment early in conversations. Say, I'm driven by purpose. What keeps you centered? If she engages with depth, build on it. If she deflects or focuses on trivialities, move on gracefully. Dress to signal this harmony. A tailored charcoal sweater, crisp shirt, and dark jeans. Polished yet practical, reflecting a man who knows his values. Avoid sloppy looks like wrinkled clothes or flashy accessories like loud jewelry, which can signal a lack of focus. Women dislike men who adopt fake personas, chase validation with empty praise, or tolerate mismatched values. If a values clash emerges, say, she prioritizes drama over growth, use Cleanthes' calm resolve. We see things differently. Let's respect that and move forward. Practically, ask one value-driven question in your next interaction. What's a belief you live by? If she shares a passion, respond. That's powerful. How do you bring to life? This builds a bridge to deeper connection. For example, if she says she values creativity, ask, what's a project you've poured your heart into? This principle ensures your strength attracts women who amplify your resolve, not drain it. Reflect. Are you seeking partners who align with your values or settling for chaos? 7. Sustain strength through unwavering consistency. Chrysippus taught that consistent practice of virtue shapes a life of reason, building a foundation that endures. In relationships, your presence grows by showing up with the same integrity, discipline, and purpose every time. Women respect dependable men who are steady in their actions, not those who swing between erratic highs and lows or seek approval to feel secure. Dress consistently to signal this reliability. Maintain a rotation of fitted shirts, dark pants, and polished loafers, clean, disciplined, and timeless. Avoid inconsistent styles, like switching between careless hoodies and over-the-top suits, which can signal instability. If a date feels flat or a conversation stalls, don't force it or overcompensate. Stay steady. Let's try something new. What's a place you enjoy? Practically, commit to one consistent habit this week. Approach one woman daily with a clear, authentic opener, or journal nightly on your progress, noting one action you took to embody stoic strength. If she tests your reliability, say, by questioning your commitment, use Chrysippus' logic, I show up with purpose. Let's build from here. For example, if she says, you don't seem serious, respond calmly. I'm here for real connection. Let's talk about what matters to you. This principle solidifies your strength, making you magnetic to women who value stability and trust over unpredictability. Reflect. Are you consistent in your actions or wavering unpredictably? Weave these 7 principles into a seamless stoic strategy. Virtue shapes your style. Tailored jacket, crisp shirt, polished shoes, clean and purposeful. Clarity drives your approach. At a gathering, say, your energy caught my eye, what's your story? Seneca's resilience refines setbacks. Journal after failures, noting, what can I improve? Depth sparks connection. Ask, what's a dream you're chasing? And listen actively. Summarize her response. Zeno's purpose guides leadership. Plan a date with intent, like a quiet dinner to foster real conversation. Cleanthes' alignment seeks resonant partners. Share, I value purpose. What drives you? Chrysippus' consistency keeps you steady. Show up reliably day after day. This flow, style, approach, resilience, depth, purpose, alignment, consistency builds unbreakable strength. Picture a social event. You're dressed sharp, tailored jacket, clean shirt, dark jeans, anchored in virtue. You approach with clarity. Your vibe stood out. What brought you here? You connect with depth. What's a challenge you overcome? You lead with purpose. I planned this for us. Let's make it count. If she's uninterested, align with values. Move on calmly. Stay consistent. Journal nightly, reflecting on your actions. This flow commands respect. Women dislike erratic, try-hard, or approval-seeking men. They admire those who dress with intent, act with clarity, and remain grounded in virtue. Apply these in scenarios. If you reject your opener, don't doubt yourself. Use virtue. My strength is my integrity, and approach another with confidence. If a date lacks direction, don't drift. Use purpose. I planned this for us. Let's make it count. If she values drama over substance, don't chase. Use alignment. We don't share values. I'll seek better. If your actions feel aimless, don't wander. Use consistency. Align with your principles and show up reliably. Add masculine behaviors to support these. Anchor in virtue. Marcus's clarity guides style. Act decisively. Epictetus's clarity drives approaches. Grow through adversity. Seneca's resilience builds strength. Connect deeply. Musonius's depth fosters trust. Lead purposefully. Zeno's purpose sets direction. Align with values. Cleanthes' harmony chooses partners. Stay consistent. Chrysippus' logic sustains strength. Modern traps erode strength. Social media validation, impulsive texting, or mismatched partners. Marcus says ignore curated feeds. Lie virtue. Epictetus says pause before texting in conflict. Don't react impulsively. Seneca says use setbacks to grow, not to sulk. Musonius says craft questions that spark meaning, not empty chatter. Zeno says lead with purpose. Cleanthes says seek those who elevate you, not drain you. Chrysippus says act reliably, building trust through consistency. Marcus reminds us, the art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. Relationships are your crucible. Wrestle with virtue to forge strength. Epictetus says, no one can harm you without your consent. Her response can't dim your resolve. Seneca says, difficulties strengthen the mind. Challenges refine your mastery. Musonius says, act with purpose. Depth endures. Zeno says, lead with reason. Strength follows. Cleanthes says, align with virtue. Connections endure. Chrysippus says, practice makes the master. Consistency builds power. Deepen your ritual. Each morning, affirm, I forge strength with virtue. Midday, check, did you act with purpose? Evening, journal, how was I consistent today? This cycle embeds Stoic mastery, wiring your mind for discipline, resolve, and impact. These 7 principles forge a masculine strength that transforms relationships. Live them, dress with intent, lead with purpose, and watch your connections align with women who respect your unbreakable resolve. Comment below, which Stoic principle will you use to forge your strength? Hit like if you're ready to unleash your power, and subscribe for more wisdom to craft the unbreakable man. Stay stoic, men.